Well, good afternoon, West Ham fans. Happy Monday. Not just any Monday, it's a match day Monday as West Ham play Newcastle at St James's Park this evening. We'll be having the watch along, the review show, all that type of stuff. At lunchtime today, we did our starting 11 show, live and interactive, and allowed you guys the opportunity to pick who you think. So we did like a poll and that type of thing. So, yeah, I don't think any real surprises, but it's Hammers Headlines in association with the KUM.com boys. Now, today we're doing a bumper My Hammers 11 because we usually on a Monday we do the My Hammers 11 and we do the Academy show. So I thought for one, we'll do a mashup. I think that's what the kids call it, a mashup of Hammers Headlines and the Academy show, because then obviously we've got to start looking. I'd say looking forward, but looking ahead to the Newcastle game. Also, let me just put it on your calendar this week. We have got, well, we're hopefully recording it tomorrow night, a class My Hammers 11. So please, and I already know it's going to be good. We know it's going to be good already. That's going to be this week. So make sure if you're not subscribed to subscribe, so you know who it is as soon as we put it out. Hopefully we'll record it tomorrow with no hiccups, and we can put a few teasers out so you can start salivating at the prospect. It is a good one, I promise. So let's crack into it and start with some good news. Lucas Paqueta could be available for the Leicester City game. Now, there was reports that, so this is all sort of ties into the whole Brazilian hearing at the CPI, the Brazilian Commission of Inquiry, I believe it is, on the manipulation of games and sport betting. Now, his lawyer, Lucas Paqueta's lawyer, successfully argued a postponement of him giving evidence, which was the end of October until December 3rd, which is when West Ham play Leicester City that evening. However, previous reports did claim that he would need to travel to Brazil in person to attend the hearing, and therefore miss a very crucial away game. An away game which hopefully mean we'll have Kudus back as well, because then he'll have served his 5-match ban by then. However, according to Clarence Hugh, they have revealed exclusively when they talked to a senior club source that's not the case, and he will be able to give his evidence remotely earlier in the day via a video link, which is great news. His lawyers previously argued against him even appearing in the hearing, as they reckon it could affect his chances of the FA charge going against him. Now, the outcome of the hearing, the Brazilian hearing, is due in January, which is when apparently online betting is due to become regulated in Brazil, while the outcome of the FA's hearing, as we know, isn't expected until March next year. But maybe a bit of good news for West Ham for once, because you'd rather have him available than not available, basically. And, you know, the prospect of maybe him not being on the bench or starting, to some might be he hasn't performed well, but to others, I think, you know, he's a class player. So if we can have him, it's great. And as I said, with Kudus as well, back, maybe after these next two games, maybe it's starting to turn. Maybe, who knows? Let's talk about this guy that I pressed the wrong button. So our search for a striker continues. Apparently, according to reports, we had a £30 million bid for Botafogo's Igor Jesus. Swiftly rejected. That's the word. Reject. Swiftly rejected. Monday, when my brain hasn't warmed up yet. Swiftly rejected. And they believe they want about 80 odd million, thinking they're going to get a bit of a bidding war between a number of clubs. But anyway, so we may have moved on. And on our hit list, apparently, is Emmanuel LATTE-ST, the Middlesbrough striker. According to journalist Gianluca Di Marzio, he states that West Ham scout was in attendance to follow the striker against Oxford United at the weekend. Obviously, Middlesbrough are coached. The head coach is Michael Carrick, former West Ham player, and a person that has been linked to potentially taking the helm at West Ham sometime soon. The Italian journalist shared that the striker scored a hat-trick and registered an assist in a crushing 6-2 win over Oxford United. He's reportedly impressed West Ham officials, who identified him in action at the Kaizam Stadium. Demasio claims that the Premier League side have identified 24-year-old as one of the targets to improve their attack in January. He came through the ranks at Atalanta's youth system, but failed to really cement a place in their Serie A squad and the senior team. He went on loan lots of times, and then he left the Serie A permanently for Middlesbrough in August 2023. He's managed 18 goals and 1 assist for Michael Carrick's side last season, and he already has 7 goals and 2 assists to his name from 16 league games so far. His agent has said he's open to taking him to a top league in the summer, but no deal took shape. And the journey states that Emmanuel is having unstoppable growth and seems ready to take flight towards something more important stage in terms of more important stages, insisting he is ready for a move to the big league, like a Premier League. Now, West Ham are monitoring, and apparently they've made a decision have to make a decision this January whether to press ahead. Obviously, he'll come with a hefty price tag because he's very much in form, and as I said, a hat-trick and a couple of assists yesterday. Not too shabby at all. Not too shabby at all. But we shall see. Now we're going to rattle through the loan watch for the senior players out on loan as well as the academy in this section. As we're doing a mashup of the academy show and the Hammers headlines on a Monday. JWP, he started his 5th Premier League start to the campaign for Nottingham Forest, but they suffered their 3rd defeat of the season against Arsenal 3-0, 3-zip. Maxwell Cornet, unsurprisingly, was not in the matchday squad for Southampton's defeat against Liverpool, 3-2 home loss. Freddie Potts didn't play the weekend, but lived in Portsmouth as their game against Blackburn was postponed. I believe due to waterlogged pitch. They were playing away at Ewood Park. Naya Figuered played the full 90 minutes once again, but it wasn't a home win, it was a home loss. I don't know why that's in there. It was a defeat, a 1-0 away defeat in the Basque derby against Athletic Club in La Liga. Mr. Zuma, he once again played the full 90 minutes as Al Arabi lost 3-1 away to Al Raid. George Earthy, fresh from his England under-21 debut, was in the Bristol City side from the start. He was substituted at half-time, but the Robins lost 1-0 to Burnley in the Championship. Who else? Callum Marshall. Callum Marshall was a 64th minute substitute in Huddersfield's 2-1 home win against Charlton Athletic. Michael Forbes was a 90th minute sub as Bristol Rovers won 1-0 away to Mansfield Town. PK played the full 90 minutes as Doncaster drew 0-0 away to Carlisle United. What else we got? Gideon Kadoa was no spot in the matchday squad at all for him. As we said, we still haven't got a full diagnosis of Levi Lang. He's been sidelined with a knee injury, which could force him back and cut his loan spell early to come back for rehabilitation on his knee. Christian Heggie, who's been pretty much in the matchday squad every game for Motherwell, wasn't in the squad at all this week as they lost 2-1 away to Ross County in the SPL. Mason Terry played the full 90 minutes. Again, that's wrong. Ignore that. Mason Terry played the full 90 minutes as Hornchurch beat Weymouth 1-0 in the National League South. Now, in terms of the academy, the under-21s didn't play this week. No game for them. So the under-18s had probably a slightly stronger squad than usual, in all honesty. And they secured their place in the quarterfinals of the Premier League Cup at Little Heath over the weekend with a 3-1 victory over Southampton. Now, Southampton have a very good youth side, so that's a very, very good result there. Although Everton could still top the group if they win their remaining games against Forest by 2 or more goals, the Hammers would still qualify for the knockout stages as the second place team on 7 points. Josh Ajala scored 2, and Elijah Swamney scored his 12th goal in as many games in all competitions this season as they under-18s extended their unbeaten run to 6 games now. As I said, Ajala marked his return to the under-18 squad with a goal in 33 seconds and then scored in the 85th minute. So literally bookend the match. As I said, they see they'll place in the next round against group winners. Either as group winners, pending Everton's win match against Nottingham Forest, which you imagine they would win, or they'll be the second placed. 4 goal difference, plus 4 goal difference, and on 7 points. So fantastic. As I said, we've got a busy week this week. A lot of the loan spell players also are lower leagues as well. So we'll bring you maybe an update this later on in the week about how they got on, the likes of Huddersfield and things like that. They've got another weekend, another game midweek, and obviously the under-18s, under-21s are back in action as well at the weekend. So that's what we do at the Hat. So if anyone hasn't seen the Academy show, that's what we do. We basically sort of do that, really. Talk about the Academy players out on loan. Talk about any games that have been covered over the weekend, the 18s and 21s, and also any news. So obviously, we're still waiting on final confirmation on the FA Youth Cup next match. We have to play that game by the 14th of December, I believe. I don't know whether it's been announced yet, but we're due to play them. At the moment, it's not anywhere yet. No, not yet, but that game will be put in there soon. And it can't be on the 14th because we play Fulham away, I think, the under-18s in the Premier League under-18 league. So that will be announced soon, and then that'll be interesting. And then we've got a lot of games for the under-21s coming on soon, a lot of games, particularly a lot of Tuesdays. They play away to Man United on Friday, I remember that. And then they've got Tuesday the 3rd. That's the same day as well, isn't it? Same day as Leicester City game, isn't it? They play Lyon. So if you're not going to the Leicester City game, go and watch that. The boys, there'll be 7 o'clock kickoff against Lyon. Then they play the following week against Borussia Mönchengladbach. So yeah, if you want to get your European football fix, stick with the under-21s. Then I think they play Stoke City on the 14th as well. So there's lots of games. It's mental at the moment. Anyway, take care. Stay safe. Stay warm. Stay humble. Keep the faith. And I'll see you guys very, very soon. Don't forget to subscribe to neithermotherbrand.com for the latest news, reviews, and opinions. Much love. Bye-bye.